Jimmy, we've known each other for a long time, and we've talked about gridlock in Congress for many, many, many years. It probably, I'm just guessing that if you have the commander-in-chief taking command of so many areas that were previously left up to Congress, that might make frustrations even worse.
Yeah, I mean, to some degree, it undermines the ability of Congress to do things. I mean, most people in Congress, they really do come there to pass laws, make things better for their constituents. But the administration would mostly rather do things via an executive order. It's just so much easier. You just put down an order and you sign it. You don't have to go across the aisle. You don't have to come up with compromises. All that stuff is really, really hard. Takes a while. There's give and take. It's much easier to do an executive order. And there's been far more executive orders coming down than actual lawmaking, which I think has no doubt is one reason why you're seeing a lot of people they've had enough and they want to leave Congress.
We talk a lot about whether there's froth in the AI trade. How much are you hearing in Washington, D.C. that has to do with putting some guardrails, perhaps even a bump in the road on this raceway toward greater and greater AI gains?
That's interesting. I think still in Congress, there's just not a huge practical appetite for doing much to, I think, directly slow down anything with AI. It reminds me a lot of with social media. There was always a lot of talk about new rules for privacy and moderation. Nothing happened. I think we're in that phase with AI. The biggest thing I think liable to take out some of that froth, if you think it's froth, and slow things down, is not doing things they need to do to make sure we can power that revolution, which is, there's a big called the Speed Act. It's a big permitting bill. That seems like exactly, if you think AI is a good thing, that's exactly what we should be doing, making it easier to build power plants, transmission lines. If we're unable to do that in 2026, when industry is screaming, for those kinds of capabilities, I think that would be a very worrisome sign if you're very bullish on AI.
Right now, that's stalled in the Senate. The question mark then becomes, if you can't build fast here, then are other regions in the world, for instance, could you see UAE benefiting from the data centers if they can't get built here? In the meantime, we're not past another risk of a shutdown.
Gridlock, I think that's, with the permitting, that's one example of how gridlock really is not always good. More so immediately, the risk of a shutdown, also another sign that gridlock is not good. So before these people leave Congress, there's stuff they need to do. One, you have to make sure that, the government, if it shuts down, reopens, you have to come to an agreement there. You have to figure out what you want to do about these healthcare subsidies. There's a lot of stuff that needs to happen fairly soon. And listen, we had all this uncertainty, and we still do. What's going on with trade? Are there going to be new tariffs? Are the Supreme Court, and this is the big issue this year, are they going to throw out those tariffs? What's with the AI? I think getting government, getting a budget settled, moving forward, so we stop talking about shutdowns, would be a nice piece of certainty to add in what is probably going to be another year of pretty significant uncertainty.